tired. Let me fix this so it's you know what, let me put my glasses on. I think it's better. Yeah, let me put my glasses on. Yeah, that's better. It's just quiet and nice. Like a school teacher. Like a Rasta school teacher. Okay. I do. I look like a Rasta school teacher. Whoever's watching, don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up. I appreciate the heart and the love and all of that. But don't forget the thumbs up. I'm just waiting. You know how we do. It's Sunday, right? It's Sunday. So you know we got to do Sunday school. You know we got to do Sunday school. Yeah. Where you gone? Oh, God, then gone. Oh, well. Thanks for the love. I know it's early. Most likely y'all gone to church. Or you watching Ashanti 360. Cause he got everybody over there. I mean, Lord. Ooh. He's doing his thing. You know, so, you know, he's doing his little thing. So, you know, everybody's listening to the juiciness and everything else that's going on. Me, myself included. I'm not gonna lie. It's true. So, you know, it's very busy over there. Very busy. While we're over here all quiet. See, nobody's here. Just me. Nobody want to do Sunday school today? Okay. I'll just smoke a spliff then and just wait. Hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday. I went out last night. Oh, God. And let's see, there's nobody watching. What time is it? You know what? People must have had a very heavy weekend. Is there any silent watchers watching? Because I feel like I'm here by myself. Okay, so we'll wait. Let's just wait. Perhaps they didn't get the notification. I don't think I heard the notification thingy. So let's wait. Because it takes a moment. This phone is very slow. Doobie-doo. So what else? Just sitting here. Oh, okay. I'm trying to see if you got the notification because I don't see it. Alright, so let me see. YouTube. It's weird. Because I didn't hear the notification thingy either. So let's see what's going on. It is what it is. Hi, darling. I'm just wondering how the notification thingy um isn't, working. It's like it's very slow. um so I'm just looking at the settings to see. Oh, let me see. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps to be you. How you doing, sweetheart? I'm just trying to see what's going on. Something's wrong. All right, whatever. Yeah, something's wrong because I didn't hear the notification thing go off. Like, I'm a Rasta for Life is live and so forth. I ain't hear none of that. That's why nobody's here. I don't know what's going on. Perhaps I've lost momentum. Okay, well, okay, two people. Okay, all right. We're getting somewhere. All right. Because I don't want to begin and then, people start. But, before it was busier, but I suppose now it's slowed down. So, yeah, today's Sunday. Who's watching, do a thumbs up because it's just two people. Okay, today's Sunday. I know people might be busy. They might just be lounging around in their bed or whatever. But you know what? We good. So, welcome to the Rasta Sunday School. And over here what we do is you know, you talk about various things along with collaborating with scriptures, right? Okay. So, in the case of the Christ, right? In the case of the Christ, right? He had a lot of friends. Yeah, he had a lot of friends. And his closest friends, the ones he was close to, he had a couple of betrayers and a couple of denouncers amongst his friends. And these people were with him every day, pretending, to use a better word, pretending that, they were his friends. The story of the Christ is very important because you get to see within a group of people how it go. Yeah, real talk, real talk. And then you have, let's say, you have the leader, right? And within the group, everybody wants to get to the leader. Everybody wants to get the favor of the leader. Mhm. Now, in the sense of Christ, they wanted him to do more than what he was actually talking about, right? Some of them wanted him to do more, but he was more like, have a little patience, just wait, take a bit chill. I got this, right? But then you have various ones within the group, talking about him behind his back, that they don't like it and he need to do something now. Now remember, all of this happens within a group. All of this happens even in the group with the Christ. And within, that group with the Christ, you get to see various characters. Now, you got Judas. Now, he's the number one, right? Judas. Yeah. That's the number one character in the Christ story when it comes to betrayal. Judas. And he knew Judas as a child. Hi, Rose Kitchen. He knew Judas as a child. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Judas was very, what's the word, revolutionary. Like, he was very, like, into the cause. But the underlying story is that he has a sister who was also in her little gang thingy, right? Who was also fighting for the cause. And there was something about, some money, something that, she needed. And he wanted to help her. So he started to lose patience with the Christ because the Christ wasn't acting the way he wanted him to act, and he wasn't moving quick enough. Judas. Mm-hmm. So, in his desperation, in order to help his sister as well, he said, "Oh yeah, all right, you don't want to whatever, whatever," because now he's angry, and he's also anxious, right, because of his sister. How is he going to get some money? How am I going to get this money to help my sister? So he knows that the Romans are looking for the Christ. And now he's angry at the Christ because the Christ is not moving fast enough for him, Judas. So he goes behind Christ's back and betrays him for how much? What is it, 30 talents of gold or whatever it was, right? Okay, or silver or whatever, right? And he lets them know where the Christ is, or he will lead him. He will lead them to the Christ with a Judas kiss. That story is very important because it lets you see clearly, even amongst the group who was walking with the Christ, he had betrayers and he had denouncers, but they continued to smile in his face. Why? Because some of them had a little doubt. Some of them wasn't really, believing him. And others did. But they said, you know what, let's just go along with the thing because, everything sound kind of copacetic. But as you can see, it wasn't, right? You can see that with your own eyes. Even though he's walking and talking in parables and preaching and carrying on, see how it go. Even within his group, the one betrayed him, cost him his life. That's the moral of the story. A betrayer snitched on the Christ, and that was it. And why did he do it? For money. Yeah, for money. That's why he did it. Good? That's the underlying story behind Judas. What led him to do that. But they don't tell you everything. You have to seek and you shall find, like me. It wasn't that he needed the money directly. It was that he was trying to help a situation elsewhere. So like Joseph, right? In the case of him brethren them, who, sell him out, right? Judas did the same thing to the Christ, him sell him out. And this is what you get to see right here on social media. A whole heap of people in their groups are selling out each other in our Jamaican diaspora. This is what you're seeing right now on social media. A whole heap of sellout agwan. And this is all the confusion. This is all the result. This is the end result of all the selling out. Pure confusion amongst the group then. Because you got betrayers and you got denouncers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, the blood of Jesus and all of that, it's not about that. It's not about the blood of Jesus. It's not. It's about the word made into flesh. Yeah. The word made into flesh. That's what Christ represents. The word. It's not the blood. Okay. So, a lot of ones, they read the Bible just to, you know, get some inspiration and so forth and so forth. But there's a message in scriptures. It's clear as day. And even when it comes to the Christ, he's a living example of mankind and what they will do to you when them not like you and when they don't like what you saying. Mm-hmm. You get a clear picture of how humankind will treat you when them not like you and when them not want to hear what you have to say. And if you keep on talking, they're going to want to shut you up and shut you down because they don't like what you're saying. And that's the Christ. Man. So what makes anyone else any different or special? Because if they can do that to the Christ, who is you? Who is you to feel like you are any special or any different? Hmm? What makes any of us feel like we're special where it can't happen to we? Hmm? What makes us any, different, special? simpler than the Christ, where it's not going to happen to any one of us. And it happened to him walking on earth. So none of us are special. And none of us are different. We're all the same. Right? Right? We're all the same. Because we're capable of doing the said thing. Creating strife and disruption. On this wonderful Sunday, where it's peaceful and quiet. Okay, don't kill the messenger. So, none of us are special in that sense. In comparison with the Christ, none of us are special when it comes to that. Because him get it and was put on a cross for it, a piece of wood. All because of what people were saying about him. He was the main topic of conversation. And 3/4 of them want to get rid of him. Everybody. Why? Because they didn't like him and they didn't like what he was saying. Simple. Hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday. So, again, you watch your friends that you keep. And watch your back. Then you had one, was it Peter? Yeah. Him say him no know him. Him say him never hear of him before in his life. Me no know is who him is. Who? You saw me where? When? With who? Me? No man, it wasn't me. It was not me. You see me with him. When? And then the cock crowed, right? Okay. The man was vehement saying, me know who? Where you see me with this man? Where? When? What time of day? Me, you see me with him? Witnesses, yeah, I did. I saw you. You was with him. You saw me with him. When? When? We saw you with him. No, you didn't. Yes, we did. No, you didn't. Yes, we did. And that's your friend who walk with you. But you see, when trouble come, them no know you. Oh, yes, when trouble reach. No, me no know what you're talking about. Christ got the same thing. He got the same exact thing. This is 2024. We talking about Ancient of Days. Hi, Debbie, darling. Right? We're talking about Ancients of Days. So we already have one who betray him, and we have our next one who denounce him. Then we have after the resurrection one who say, was it Philip? It wasn't. I forget which one. Andrew, one of them. In say until in see the whole day in his hand, in his foot, and the wound in his waist. He now believe nothing. Meanwhile, everybody else say then see him and then this and him that and them this that. And him say he not care what none of who knows say. Me have to see it with me own too. Yeah. That's one who got to see in order to believe. So he saw and he believed. Okay? All right. So sometimes in life, there are things that you will have to do in order for people to believe you. Real talk. Yeah, there's something sometimes, but you have to do to really make people believe so. Well, she tell the truth. Hi, Debs. Hi, Guyanese number 2. So the story of the Christ is very symbolic, and if you take it to 2024, you see the same thing I play out. The same things. I'm talking, I'm talking on social media, where the crowd is, right? You see the same kind of background. You see all of this confusion. You see all this backstabbing. This so behind closed doors. And then what happens is it's not about the particular individual. It's just conversations that's being held behind the individual's back, comparisons and what they think they should do and what they think he should do, and he doesn't listen and he don't want to listen to us, but we following him and walking around with him, and that's the Christ. Oh yeah, they were having their behind the door closed conversations, because when he called them around the table, he said the whole of who come here something for chat about. And that's when he get to the whole of them to make them know, say, him know everything that's going on. Don't take me for the fool round here. You are going to betray me. You, Judas. You are going to betray me. You are going to betray me for money. You. Me? Yeah, you. Why would you say that? Because I say so. Me say you are going to betray me. You, Peter, wherever. You, I got say, you know me, denounce me, all these things. I would never, oh Lord, I would never, oh God, I would never do this. Why would you say something like this? I would never denounce you, never. As the cock crowed 3 times, there we go. And this is in the group with Christ. So what make any different? Are special? What make we? What make any one of us special? And that me I try find out. What make any are we special? That's what me want to know. How we feel like we special? You know what, Jumbo Shrimp? Today is not the day. You're gonna get one little more warning and don't start. Oh, you can't hear nothing now? You know what, Jumbo Shrimp? Anybody having a problem hearing me? And don't tell me how to talk, right? So if you don't know what's up to that, I'm tired of you. Right. Anywho, about talk normal. Don't tell me how to talk. Listen, I could talk Jamaican patois, wannabe, Cockney English, Yankee, what? What's the situation? Shut up. Anywho, that's what I'm talking about. So within that group, not now, Liz, he's able to tell in brethren them, the whole of uno, well not the whole of uno. Some of uno are going to betray me, and some of uno are going to say uno don't know me when trouble come. And that's what happens. This is what happens in the real world. So if it can happen with the Christ, what makes any one of us any different? Tiago. And this is what we have to look at. So within a group, you're going to have dissension. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. Because you got the behind the door talking to one another about a particular individual, and there's things you like or don't like, and this, and you wish they would, and this, that, and if it was me, and bloop, 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 and bop, 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 and this, that. The one of them attack behind him back. And them think say, him no know. But when he had the meeting, up at top, up in the room, with them, and that's all he engage to them. And that's all engage to them. Because them things say him a fool around here. Him tell after all of them. Then he said, come, we have to go take a walk. We have to go take a walk. Because if we not go take a walk, me don't know is what me I gotta do, we don't know. And then go to the garden. And I saw Judas come now and say, yeah, watch. Morning, Rowena. So, again, you just use the Christ as an example. And you can see what I go on. Simple. You don't have to use nothing else. Nothing else you don't have to use. Just use the Christ and you will see the whole story. Right there, so without nobody I come convolute the thing. And it get to a point where it end up on a piece of wood. They wouldn't stop until they end up on a piece of wood. Good? Okay then. Real talk. Money was an issue. Not now, sweetheart. Money was an issue for some, and it was a real issue for one. Because he make up his mind, say, in no business. In no business. He might go take the money and that's it. Me no care about you. This is more important. Because you don't want to do nothing. You just want to talk. And me tired of your talking. Me tired of listening to your talk. I want you to act. Listen, stop doing that. Stop it. Right? I want you to act. And because he didn't want, and because he didn't do Judas, because the Christ didn't do what Judas wanted, which is to start the revolution. Start it now. We're tired of it. What did he do? he betrayed him. He said, yeah, all right, you know what? I'm out. Because you taking too long. Mm-hmm. I went to Christ. I said, just relax, man. Just relax. My this, just chill. We can't rush the thing. Just relax, Judas. I beg you, please. No. No. He said, you know what? I'm going to help my sister. She need the money. Because you up here playing around. So you want to play? All right. I'm going to get the money and give it to my sister. He didn't even get a chance to do that. Mm-hmm. That's the underlying story behind the thing. Why he do what he do. Because I read. It wasn't that he wanted the money himself. He didn't want the money. He wanted to give it to his sister because she was having a situation. Because they were in this whole thing, this revolutionary thing going on. Right? Okay. They might fight the Romans and all of that. Okay then. Mm-hmm. So this happens within a group of people. That's it. You don't need to make up no story. You don't need to say this, that, and the other. You look at the Christ story and you get the whole picture. Just nice and pretty and nice. That's it. So I don't business. They just read what I have to read, which is, the little thing then. I may say, oh, I just said thing I go on right, yes, but I never realized. I couldn't put it together. But once I started to think about the Christ and his situation, I said, it's the same thing. He has a group of friends, and they're a bunch of betrayers and denouncers. Well, not all of them, but a couple of them. And behind closed doors, them chatting. Not all of them, But then they don't realize that he's the Christ, right? He's the Word in flesh. Mm-hmm. He's the Word in flesh. That's why he used all these parables. He used all these parables. And you're like, why does he speak in parables? Lord help me. I have to go decipher what he's saying. He had to. He had to speak in code. He's a G. So yeah, he had to speak in code. Mustard seeds and all the top of that seed and what else? Grains and and the flowers and the birds and the bees, and he spoke in code. You had to listen to comprehend what is he saying. What mustard seed? And what flock of sheep and lamb and goat? What is he talking about? And the herds. You gotta decipher what this man is talking about. It wasn't easy. Worse, he was Hebrew. So I saw him have to talk because the people that was after him. It's crazy. Right? So he spoke in code. Don't forget it. On this wonderful Sunday, I'm enjoying myself, as a matter of fact. I'm actually having a wonderful time glorifying the Father and just, it's just wonderful. It is. It's just great. Because when he sees these, this, he's happy. Mm-hmm. Because we're not doing what everybody else is doing. Other than, smoking a spliff. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with the Father. And the Word was the Father. He was with the Father in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of men and people. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not overstood it. There came a man who was sent from the Father. His name was Jean. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all men and people might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light, the true light that gives light to every man was coming into the world. He was in the world, and through the world was made through him. The world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who received him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of the Creator. Children born not of natural descent. Nor of human decision or a husband's will, but born of the Creator. The Word became flesh. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. John testifies concerning him. He cries out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, he who comes after me has surpassed me, because he was before me." From the full blessing after another, from the fullness of grace, we have all received one blessing after another. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Iesus the Christos. No one has ever seen the Creator, but the Creator, the one and only, who is at the Father's side, has made him known. Now this was John's testimony when the Jews of Jerusalem sent priests and Levites to ask him who he was. He did not fail to confess, but confessed freely, "I am not the Christ." They asked him, "Then who are you? Are you Elijah? Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." Finally, they said, "Who are you? Give us an answer to take back forward to those who sent us. What do you say about yourself?" John replied in the words of Isaiah the prophet, "I am the voice of one calling in the desert. Make straight the way for the Lord. I baptize with water." Now, some Pharisees who had been sent questioned him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ, nor Elijah, nor the prophet?" I baptize with water, John replied, but among you stands one you do not know. He is the one who comes after me, the thongs of whose sandals I am not worthy to untie. This all happened at Bethany, on the other side of the Jordan, where John was baptizing. The next day, John saw Iesus coming toward him and said, now, John was Iesus' cousin. The next day, John saw Iesus coming toward him and said, look, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. This is the one I meant when I said, a man who comes after me has surpassed me because he was before me. I myself did not know him, but the reason I came baptizing with water was that he might be revealed to Israel. Then John gave this testimony. I saw the Spirit come down from Zion as a dove and remain on him. I would not have known him except that the one who sent me to baptize with water told me, the man on whom you see the Spirit come down and remain is he who will baptize with the Holy Spirit. I have seen and I testify that this is the Son of the Almighty. The next day, John was there again with two of his disciples. When he saw Iesus passing by, he said, look, the Lamb of God. When the two disciples heard him say this, they followed Iesus. Turning around, Iesus saw them following and asked, what do you want? They said, Rabbi, which means teacher, where are you staying? Come, he replied, and you will see. So they went and saw where he was staying and spent that day with him. It was about the 10th hour. Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, was one of the two who heard what John had said and who had followed Iesus. The first thing Andrew did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, we have found the Messiah, that is, the Christos. And he brought him to Iesus. Iesus looked at him and said, you are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas, which when translated is Peter. The next day, Iesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, follow me. Yeah, Philip. Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, we have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Iesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. Nazareth? Nazareth? Can anything good come from there? Nathanael asked. I wonder why they would say that. Come and see, said Philip. When Iesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, here is a true Israelite, in whom there is nothing false. How do you know me? Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, I saw you while you were still under the fig tree, before Philip called you. Because Nathanael was under the fig tree, and he had, there was something going on, and he sat under the fig tree, and Christ, but he didn't know that Christ, yeah, so Christ was able to go into his thoughts and tell him, he was in his thoughts, and Christ was able to tell him that because he saw him under the fig tree. No, sir. And he wasn't there, but because he's the Christ, and he, Nathaniel is thinking about, he gets to tell him, because I was there with you under the fig tree. It's beautiful. Jesus answered, I saw you while you were still under the fig tree, before Philip called you. Then Nathanael declared, Rabbi, you are the Son of the Almighty. You are the King of Israel. Jesus said, you believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. This is great. This is fantastic. This is just so fantastic. You shall see greater things than that. He then added, I tell you the truth. You shall see heaven open and angels of the Creator ascending and descending on the Son of Man. That fig tree thing was really like some serious thing, may I tell you. Because only Nathaniel could know, only he could, and then to hear the Christ say to him, I was there with you when you was under the fig tree. And Nathaniel know that to be the truest of the truest of the truest truth, because that was his experience. It's beautiful. And that's in John chapter 1. Yeah, right there, it is the truth. So the whole story, this is like intense, because you have a man named Nathaniel who's under a fig tree, and he's thinking all kinds of things, all kinds of stuff. He's sitting there right before Philip got get him. Right? He's sitting there just thinking all kinds of stuff. And when he gets to meet the Christ in his doubts and whatever, the reason he believed him is because the Christ was able to tell him about being under the fig tree, and he wasn't there physically. That's what that means. And Nathaniel is able to recognize that he's the only one that was under that fig tree. Nobody else. Just him alone. I sit down under the fig tree, him one, before Philip come and get him. If he come meet the Christ. And when them do meet the Christ, The Christ can tell him. The reason him believe him now is because he can't tell him about the fig tree. Because remember, Nathaniel asked him, how do you know me? To even say that I'm a true Israelite, to even say that there's no falseness in me. How do you know me? How? And the Christ answered, because I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you. And remember, Nathaniel asked him, how do you know me? That's very deep. Very deep. Because you got to think, like me. I'm sitting in the kitchen reading John, right? We're just having we're just here, right? And then, the Christ comes in and he could tell me everything that I was doing. How do you know I was doing this? I would have to say, how do you know I was doing this? And then he would say, because I was right there with you in the kitchen. You was with me in the kitchen? Yeah, I was right there with you in the kitchen. Now you tell me, say, if I wouldn't believe that's the Christ. Oh, what? I would believe in a split second, say, okay, this is him. Because there's no way you could have known, say, when me I do in at the kitchen and you're not here. You got to think about it. Hi, O'Neill. So that's the story. That's when you're reading the Bible, you got to comprehend what's going on here. So that's the only way I could give a good example, as to say, the fig tree and me in at the kitchen. And then this man just walk in and said to me, say, well, Rasta, it was wonderful what you was, reading about John. How you know I was reading about John? Oh, because I was right there. You was right there when? I was right in the kitchen with you. You was right in the kitchen with me. Uh-huh, yeah. I heard everything you read. I mean, So that's the same thing as the fig tree, right? That's the fig tree. Nathaniel is sitting under the fig tree just doing his own thing. Whatever. I forgot what he was thinking, but he was. And when Philip said, come, me want you to come meet the Christ, come on. So he goes with Philip, the Ethiopian. He meets the Christ. And the Christ says, there go a true Israelite. He's not false. He's for real. How do you know me? Well, I was with you under the fig tree. You was what? I was with you. When you were sitting under the fig tree? Yeah, I was there. And when he said that, that was the end of it for Nathaniel. That was it. He said, because if there's nobody could know this but you. Nobody. Nobody. Other than Philip who go forget me. But that was before he go get you. Got to see all of that too. It's fantastic. So when he can think about that and say, I was sitting under the fig tree. And he was in my he was skip to middle, here I come. So that's the concept. So when you read the Bible, right? It's not that you're just reading it to read it, but you're trying to get a picture of what's going on. You know, just want to get those little clues to say, well, you know what? If he's sitting under the fig tree and the Christ knows all of this and he ain't even there, O'Neill, what are you saying, O'Neill? Every time you say something, you get deleted. What's going on? I can't even see the damn thing, but I don't know. You're saying something that they don't like, and this is what you're going to get. This is Sunday school, okay? All right. So yeah, so I just wanted to give you a little heads up on the group thingy and the betrayal and the mistrust and the, denouncing. Even when it comes to the Christ, he got the same thing until he landed on a piece of wood. They wouldn't stop until they saw him hanging on a tree. O'Neill, why they keep retracting your message? Hi, darling. Hi, sweetheart. Because all you're saying is, good morning, my beautiful sister, blessing. Happy Sunday, blessing, one love. And they keep, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Good morning, good afternoon, O'Neill Harrison, Tiago Martins. Rowena, hi, baby. Thank you, Tiago, Brazil. Mwah. Avery Bass, thank you, sweetheart. Tiago again, I love you too, babe. Hey, Debbie, Guyanese number 2, it is what it is. Yeah, Debs, it is what it is. Yeah, Doubting Thomas. Guyanese number 2, Rose Kitchen and Vlogs. It is what it is. Yeah, we're just doing our Sunday school thingy here. I just wanted to keep it continuous and keep it moving and edify the ones that want to hear this. And you could just take that with you. We like to incorporate scriptures into what's going on, especially on social media. And there's ways that you can deal with it other than, carrying on like a lunatic. And the best example would be to use the Christ and to see how he was treated in his own environment amongst his group. Have a good day. Today's Sunday. Make it rice and peas and so forth and so forth. I gotta get ready. Thank you for watching me, you wonderful, wonderful lifers. And we read John chapter 1. It is what it is. Pin it. John chapter 1.